Greetings everybody, Basics286 here, back with more Etrian Odyssey. We've got a lot to cover in this episode, so let's get going. First on the order of tasks is to accept this quest from the pub here. And so let's check out what this is all about. There's a lot of new quests open, as you probably saw, but I'm only going to do this one right now because we can actually do this one as we're taking care of the mission from Radha of exploring and mapping out the 11th and 12th floors. So this one just kind of goes in really well with what we're already trying to do, so I figured we'd pick it up and just kind of do it along the way. So cool beans. And let's get started here. Mapping out stuff. Now you'll notice I actually turned on the auto mapping back on since we're not going to be exploring any more Pain floor. So I figured we'd get that going again. And new monsters, how exciting. So, oh man, got 2 new ones. Okay, so this is the Death Ant. These guys are really nothing special at all. You don't have to worry about them. They're kind of powerful. They can lower your character's speed. Ooh, slow down. But beyond that, they're really not too deadly. The tree frogs, on the other hand, are a real pain. They like to inflict your characters with a new status ailment called Hex, or Curse, actually. I think the move they use is Hex, but the ability, or the thing it does is Curse. Anyways, what this is whenever your character deals damage, they also receive a portion of the damage they dealt. So that's really bad. And that can become a huge nuisance, especially if they keep slapping it on your main attackers. So, yeah, want to take care of them, so we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the Death Ants, not so much to worry about, so don't be as concerned with them. And also, as you might notice, the enemies in this stratum, this new stratum, are not nearly as overwhelming as it was from between the first and second, so that's kind of nice. Part of it, again, is because I'm a little over-leveled from that quest, but it's whatever. And we have a knight here, or a guard, and he's going to give us our first bit of map. That's, yeah, his hand-drawn map that you'll probably notice here in a minute is not all that great. Yes. And they map things out differently. I don't know why. As you can see, they kind of, like, map out both walls of the... But like 4 walls around the door. I don't know why they do that, and they like to map around the thing. I don't know. I don't like how they map. It's weird and strange, and we're getting rid of that. Everything else looks pretty good though. So let's see. Let's go. I think this is just a dead end up here. We can quick check that out. Yeah. So we can just fill that in. And let's head this way. We get a steel bone, cool, from those Death Ants. I forgot to mention this too. The Death Ants are actually weak to ice, and the tree frogs that we faced are weak to Volt, I believe, and maybe smashing attacks like axe strikes and staff strikes too, I think. And hey, look at that, we already found the stairs down, and the horrible people mismapped this, so boo on them. We're actually not going to take these, though. I'm going to mark them, but we're not going to go down to the 12th floor just yet. So yeah, we still have plenty of exploring to do on this floor first. Alright, now I think we have a couple ways to go. It looks like we have a path going down. We're not going to take that yet. We got a path going this way. I think we want to go up first. And there's a door there. Let's keep going up a little ways. Oh, just a dead end. Well, that's cool. We'll mark that off and head back down. I think there's a treasure through this door. Aha, and another new enemy. And we got a preemptive attack, so that's cool. These are madworms. These are probably the weakest enemy on this stratum so far. They just have a ton of weaknesses. I think they're weak to fire and pierce and slash, so yeah. Almost anyone that you have attacking them is going to do a fair amount of damage. They do have a move called Mist, which will lower your elemental defense. I find that it's not really much to worry about. I believe it will cancel out, if you have an Immunize up, it will cancel out the Immunize, but beyond that, it's really nothing to worry about. Alright, and we have a chest, so let's mark that and see what's inside. Oh, Medica 4. Nice. Can always use good healing items. Alright, so we weren't taking the down path, so let's go this way. Follow this around. Put in the walls as we go. And alright, let's keep going here. I think this is just a dead end, yep, up this way. Always good to fill them in though. So we'll mark that and keep going. Alright, so we've got another split here. We're gonna take the northern path first. So let's do that, and alright, we got some elastic from those madworms, cool. So let's go this way, and let's see, another branching path. There's a lot of branching paths in this place, you'll find. It's very, well, maze-like, I guess, which makes sense, but I don't know, it's more so than the past few floors, it seems. But we're gonna go this way first, and let's see, we got a corner here. I think there's someone here we can talk to. It's another soldier. Jeez. These guys really hate this place, huh? Uh-oh. So we got a warning here. Indeed. So he's basically talking about an FOE that's roaming around in this area that we have to be careful of. So we'll want to watch out for that. He is right, though, since we beat Cernunos. We shouldn't have too much trouble, though. If you do, if you are lacking in defensive abilities, you might want to still be wary, because it is still an FOE, so just be careful, I guess. And, oh jeez. Alright, let's continue on our way, filling out this horribly mapped job madness thing of these guards. These guards are not very good mappers, I have to say. I'm pretty disappointed in them. No wonder we're like the best guild in the entire town, if everyone else maps like this. Let's see, alright. I think we should be coming up. I saw my FOE thing flash. Yep, there we go. Let's, yeah, why not? And the Sheltor has appeared. As you can tell, this is a giant turtle, so you can expect some high defenses from this guy, but it shouldn't be anything we can't handle. We'll just put up our standard stuff here. Let's first turn and immunize. Let's see if we can poison him. Things are going to be more resistant to poison now. Most normal enemies are still susceptible to it, but FOEs are going to be even tougher to smack with it, so we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I believe this guy's weak to ice, which we don't have any ice moves, so nuts to that. But we should still be able to make it through. Let's set up an Apollon. Let's try going with a flame. Let's see what that does. And let's actually throw up a bravery to help with our attack power a little bit. As you can tell, being a turtle, these guys have a fair amount of defense, so. And you can see one of his moves there is a party target, and it uses ice damage, so. We have some anti-ice, we could use that if we want to block it, but I don't want to cast that every turn in the chance that he may use one skill, so. Oh well. Let's go on a multi-hit, and let's shoot off another flame, and you can just attack. It's going to be a little slow going here because, obviously, I don't have a lot of moves that can do good damage to him, so that's a little bit of a shame. What do we have? Okay, and turn 4, so we still are good on immunize. Let's throw up a salve. Let's just attack so you can gain back some TP and more flame. That's working pretty well. Ah, yeah. Jeez, Apollon. Doing even more damage than Nikki is with her moves right now. Such an amazing skill. I am taking this guy on a little earlier than I probably should be, especially with my party set up. I don't have any really super efficient way of dealing with him. Let's heal TP a little bit. So yeah, things are slow going, but it's still manageable, I think, so. Let's boost an Apollon. That should do some nice damage. And you don't have any boost. We'll just go with more flame and attack. Unfortunately, Lomani, even with the relaxing, is still burning through TP pretty quickly, but we should be alright. No one really needs healing, so let's just attack for now. Let's just use a normal fire. We still have plenty of exploring to do, and I would like to try and not warp out of here if I could, so we'll see what we can do with at least getting through the next area. Ooh. Use the boost. I think Lomani had one too, but I'm not going to use that right now. And, nice. A little bit better damage from the boost there for the Apollon. Nothing amazing, but I find boost is much more, the effect is much more noticeable when, lost my train of thought. When you have a maxed skill already. If you use it with a maxed skill, you'll notice a much bigger difference with how much improvement you get from the boost. So, I might save that boost for Chris later for a boosted relaxing to regain TP. Oh man, it's missing. What's with missing? Alright, oh man, he's almost gone. Last turn, huh? Let's just go all out. Let's see what we can do. Multi-hit, flame, and attack. Little low on health, but I think we can finish him this turn. Oh, I should have used Smite. Why didn't I use Smite? Silly. Stupid base. We got him anyways, so that's good. That fight took a little longer than I was expecting, but that's okay. We fought the Sheltor. That's all that matters. Alright, I'm gonna quick heal up after that. One more cure. There, that should be fine. A little low on TP, but nothing too terrible. We can still handle it. Alright, let's continue on. At least finish exploring this little section here. There's one main thing I'm looking for in this area. Other than getting the map from the dude. So, let's continue on here. I think, yeah, back here we should find, yeah, there we go. Find something in the ground ahead of us, so let's oh, I guess we have to check it this way. Alright. Oh, so we get an old wand. That is part of the quest we picked up, the Remembering the Fallen quest, so you want to come by here at least and pick that up as well. And let's mark this mine point really quick. Not with stairs though, with a memo. And there we go. Now I think we need to map out the section here too, just to fill things out. So let's open the door. I don't think we're gonna... Oh, whew, okay, good. So in front of us we have a new little thing going on here we haven't seen yet. This is a pitfall. As you might expect, it's a pit, and you will fall through it if you step on it. So let's mark that. We don't want to do that though, because it'll take us down to the 12th floor, and there's still things we want to do on this floor. So, you know what, just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna meet you back here real quick. Alright, so let's continue on now that we're back here. And of course run into a battle almost instantly, but that's okay. Because we have something really exciting coming up, actually. Right in this next room. So let's put the door here and see what's behind it. Oh hey, it's Ren. I don't know what she's doing in a random room. What do we seek? Fame and glory? Perhaps? Maybe just to explore the unknown? No, we actually get to to kill time. You know, we're just risking our lives to kill time. You know, whatever. I like this answer. Let's give this one. Indeed. Apparently, we're the only ones that are any good at it, though. Sure, why not? We'll listen to your story. Hopefully it's not too long. Alright. Interesting. So, essentially, the town of Etria is using the labyrinth as a sort of a tourist attraction in a way, to bring in cash flow and all kinds of stuff. Doesn't seem like she was too happy about us solving the mysteries of the labyrinth, though. I'm sure that's not a problem. And I wonder what this scroll is. Oh. I don't know where she's disappearing to. We're at a complete dead end. Maybe she went out the door behind us or something. I'm gonna get the old scroll. This is awesome. Well, sort of awesome. Essentially what this is gonna do is it grants us the ability to create a new class. The Ronin class, which until now has been locked. Although you've been able to see things kind of saying there is a class, I mean, it's listed in the item descriptions and stuff for classes that can use weapons and armor and everything. The Ronin class has been among that, but we haven't actually been able to create a Ronin character until now. So yeah, you definitely want to pick that up, because that's pretty cool, being able to create the class. I guess I could talk some about it now. I'm actually really not going to use a Ronin. I actually love the idea of a Ronin class, and just samurais in general. Oh crap, what did I... Okay. I'll just leave this in. Short battle. I mean, Ronins are cool and all, but unfortunately the class itself in this game is... It's usable, but it's not the best. Basically how it works is the class is centered around a set of abilities that the Ronin has, and unlike other characters where, you know, you can learn these skills and just be able to pull off cool moves and everything, with the Ronin you actually have to set up all of your abilities. So basically what they have is a bunch of stances that they can use, is what it's called. And when you learn a certain stance, you get access to certain abilities from that stance. But in order to use those abilities, you have to actually like buff yourself with the stance, essentially. So what happens, let's say you want to learn like some cool slash attack that attacks the enemy 3 times. So you learn that, but in order to use it, you have to first in battle use another move to like set up the stance for that move. So that uses up a buff slot, and then you'll be able to use that move for a limited amount of time as long as you have that stance up. But eventually the stance will wear off, and yeah, then you have to like reset it up, and so essentially there's just a lot of work you have to do to use any of the Ronin's moves. And while they're powerful, especially in a team setup like I have, 700N, the fact that they're taking a buff slot to even use their abilities in the first place is kind of a negative, because that means I can't have, you know, my relaxing, immunize, and bravery kind of thing going on, because one of the slots would be taken up by the Ronin's ability, or their stance, so that they can even be of any use. So yeah, unfortunately, not really going to be using the Ronin, at least as part of my main team. I am going to create a Ronin character, however, and make some use of them, because they're cool, and I want to show them off. They just won't be included in the main team, sadly. By the way, these FOEs that I'm kind of avoiding are more Sheltors. I don't want to take the time to fight them, so I figured I'd just walk around them. Much easier. And look at that, we're back to where we were. And how are we doing on time here? Oh, yeah. So I think this is a good place to stop. We've covered a lot of ground, but I want to warp out real quick here. And because there's one last thing I want to take care of at the end of this video here. If I can find my... There we go. There's the warp wire. One last important thing. And I think if we go to the Explorers Guild, he'll mention something about the old scroll here. Indeed. So yeah, basically what I was just saying. Now that we have the old scroll, we can register Ronins. But this is not what I am here to do. I am here to do some stuff with our alchemist here. And you might recall I've been mentioning wanting to reset all of her skill points, and rest, I believe, is the official term here. So we're gonna do that. No, we want to organize. We're gonna do that now, because I think this is a good time. So let's take a look at these options we have. We have retire. which is basically what this means is if you have a character retire, they have to be level 30, I believe. And no, we actually don't want to do that. But I believe they have to be level 30, and what will happen is they'll go back to level 1. You can rename them if you want. You can change their class if you want. But they'll go back to level 1, but they'll be enhanced a little bit. A couple of their stats, depending on what class you retired from, like if you retired an alchemist, the next class that you turned him into would have a little bit better tech. And it just depends on whatever that character's highest stat is, and what's boosted. And they will also get a few extra skill points that they'll be able to use as they level up. They'll have a little bit more than a normal character would. So this is kind of useful actually, but at the same time, I mean, you're taking a character from level 30 all the way back to level 1, so then you'd have to grind them back up to catch up with the rest of the team and everything, so it's up to you. If you want to grind the levels, I think retiring can be useful, because you can get a boosted new character, but otherwise, not so much. Rest is what we're going to be doing, and what this means is basically everything stays the same, their name and their character class and all of that, but they lose 10 levels in exchange for being able to completely reset all of their ability points. So if you notice now, Nikki is back to level 24, except she has 26 skill points that we can use and distribute. I don't want to do this on screen because I want to kind of plan this out a little better, so I'll take care of that off screen, but when we come back in the next episode, you'll be able to see all the changes I made with her abilities, and we'll take care of exploring more of the 11th floor. So thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.